second cup nobody ordered arrived beside the first. The trumpet said it saw it coming before anyone had thirst. A man looked at it sideways, then looked at the waiter's back. The bass walked in below with a looking down the easy track. The waiter moved on without a word, another table turned. The piano came in warm beside the extra for the thing it earned. No asking of the bringing, no note beside the cup, just the second cup nobody ordered sitting fullin' up. The bass walks round the extra cup, patient, warm and slow. The piano keeps the curious going, letting morning go. He drank it anyway by noon, said it with the first. The clarinet came winding through the drinking of the unordered thirst. The bill came with just one cup on it. The waiter never said. The trumpet hums the comfortable something about the extra bread. See the cafe carry on around the small mistake. The bass walks on below the carrying for nobody's sake. No story in the extra, no reason to explain, just the second cup nobody ordered coming round again. The clarinet wins through the amusement of the unrequested gift. The piano hums the kind of mourning that a small mistake can lift. By afternoon he wonders if he should have said. The bass walks on below the wondering through the warming thread. No asking of the waiter, no moment to pursue, just the second cup nobody ordered and the morning coming through. The trumpet says the last warm word about the things we get. The piano holds a comfortable extra of a morning not quite yet. The bass takes its last warm step. The cups sit clean and cleared. The second cup nobody ordered was exactly what was needed here. Windows open all the way for the first time since fall. The trumpet said it to the street, and the street said it to all. A man leaned out above the lane, his coffee in his hand. The bass walked in below the morning like it had been planned. Curtains lifting wide and easy, reaching for the square. The piano came in bright behind them, filling up the air. No reason left to keep them shut, no chill inside the frame, Just the windows open all the way, and the spring that finally came. The bass walks through the open rooms, light from wall to wall. The trumpet leads the morning forward down the open hall. A woman hangs the washing out above the narrow lane. The clarinet comes winding upward like a warm refrain. Voices crossing window to window, easy in the heat. The piano keeps the bright thing going down the waking street. See the morning fill the rooms now, every corner lit. The bass walks on below the brightness, perfectly to fit. No winter in the curtains, no memory of cold. Just the windows open all the way, and the morning bright and bold. The trumpet finds the highest phrase it had been saving long. The piano follows close behind it into the open song. A bicycle goes by below, its bell a single ring. The clarinet says what the open windows mean about the spring. No story in the opening, no moment to explain. Just the windows finally open and the warm sun in the lane. The bass walks out into the morning, the trumpet follows on. The clarinet stays one bar longer, then everything moves on. The waiter who remembers everything arrives before you ask. The trumpet said it had watched him at his easy daily task. A man sits at his usual place, the cup already there. The bass walked in below the knowing through the afternoon air. No menu passed across the table, no question from the floor. The piano played the comfortable thing about the knowing more. No asking in the sitting, no order left to place, just the waiter who remembers every cup and face. The bass walks through the memory of it, warm and round and long. The trumpet hums the easy something of a well-remembered song. A woman woman comes in at the door. He nods before she speaks. The clarinet comes winding through the knowledge of the weeks. 2 cups arrive without a word, set in the right place. The piano keeps the warm thing going at a knowing pace. See the cafe fill around him, table afternoon. The bass walks on below the filling through the comfortable zone. No surprise inside the service, no stranger at the door, just the waiter who remembers what you came here for. He refills without a glance down, walks on without a pause. The piano hums the comfortable rhythm of the afternoon laws. The clarinet winds through the tables, knowing every chair. The bass walks on below the service through the knowing air. A new face at the corner table, he studies it once through. The trumpet says by next week, Thursday, he will know that too. No story in the knowing, no moment to explain. Just the waiter who remembers coming round again. The bass walks to the corner, the clarinet follows on. The trumpet fades above the tables into the afternoon gone. The piano holds the last warm knowing, the cups stay full and near. The waiter who remembers everything will still be here next year. 3 steps to the corner table. The waiter knows them well. The trumpet counted every morning by the sound and smell. A man sat at his corner, coat upon a hook. The bass walked in beside the 3 steps with a knowing look. The waiter turned at the 2nd step, the order half prepared. The piano came in warm between them because it always cared. No map inside the cafe, no sign above the floor, just 3 steps to the corner table and the knowing more. The bass walks those 3 steps daily, patient, warm and known. The piano keeps the certain morning of a well-worn stone. A new face tries the corner once, finds it already claimed. The clarinet comes winding round the 3 steps, easy and unnamed. The regular arrives at 9, the corner waiting still. The trumpet says the comfortable thing about the morning will. See the cafe turn around it, 3 steps at its heart. The bass walks on below the turning, playing its small part. No asking of the corner, no reason to explain. Just 3 steps to the corner table, always there again. The clarinet wins round the certainty the corner holds so well. The piano hums the kind of morning only corners tell. By noon the corners had 3 sittings, each one at its ease. The bass walks on below the sittings, through the warming breeze. No story in the knowing, no moment to presume. Just 3 steps to the corner table in the warming room. The trumpet says the last warm word about the paths we wear. The piano holds the comfortable morning of a corner chair. The bass takes its last 3 steps, the clarinet wins home. 3 steps to the corner table, and nobody goes alone. The light that comes to at 4 hits the counter just so. The trumpet had been watching it since the morning's early glow. A man lifts up his cup into the golden band. The bass walked in below the lifting with a patient hand. The dust turns gold inside it, slow above the floor. The piano came and warmed behind the golden, asking nothing more. Go planning in the hitting, no clock above the wall. Just the light that comes through at 4, giving gold to all. The bass walks through the golden band, warm and round and slow. The piano keeps the amber going in the afternoon glow. A woman turns her face to it, closes both her eyes. The clarinet comes winding through the golden like a warm surprise. Dust settles on the counter, gold against the wood. The trumpet says the afternoon thing about the light and good. the cafe, sit inside it, goat from wall to wall. The bass walks on below the golden, catching it all. No asking when it fades, no holding what it brings. Just the light that comes through at 4 and all its golden things. The clarinet wins through the amber, tender, slow and near. The piano hums the kind of afternoon that only 4 can clear. Shifts away, the counter back to wood. The bass walks on below the shifting, the way the bass understood. No story in the hidden, no reason to explore. Just the light that comes through at 4 and then comes back no more. The trumpet fades above the counter, the clarinet wins low. The piano holds the last gold moment before it has to go. The bass takes its last warm step, the counter cools and clears. The light that comes through at 4 has done so. The last light stays for spring, the way it never did before. The trumpet said it to the square, and the square said nothing more. A man still at his outside table, jacket on the chair. The bass walked in below the golden, soft into the air. The lamppost hadn't come on yet, the sky still holding blue. The piano came in warm behind the evening, carrying it through. No hurry in the staying out, no chill inside the lane. Just the last light keeping longer for the spring again. The bass walks through the golden hour, every step still warm. The trumpet hums the evening something far from any storm. Folds her book at last, looks up at the sky. The clarinet comes winding softly with a warm goodbye. Children called home from the square, their voices light and thin. The piano keeps the golden going as the lamps begin. See the sky hold blue a moment, longer than it should. The bass walks on below the blue, the way the evening would. No winter in the standing out, no memory of gray, just the last light staying longer at the end of a spring day. A bicycle light flickers on along the narrow lane. The bass walks on below the flickering, warm as afternoon rain. The piano hums the kind of evening only spring can give. The clarinet says what the long light means to everyone who lives. A coat collected from the railing, someone says goodnight. The trumpet lifts one final phrase into the fading light. No story in the staying late, no ending to pursue, just the last light staying longer, and the spring the whole way through. The bass walks home below the lamplight, the clarinet winds above. The trumpet fades into the evening, full of something close to love. The piano holds the last blue moment before the dark comes through. The last light stays for spring, and spring stays too.
Somebody brought flowers again and left them by the door. The clarinet said it first because it always saw a jar of something yellow set beside the wall. The bass walked in below the yellow through the morning hall. Nobody claimed the bringing, nobody left a name. The piano came in bright behind the flowers, treating them the same. No card beside the yellow, no note upon the floor. Just somebody brought the flowers and left them by the door. The bass walks past the yellow jar, warm and round and slow. The piano keeps the bright thing going, let morning go. A woman stops to smell them, straightens them a touch. The clarinet winds through the yellow, not saying very much. The waiter moves them to the counter, better in the light. The trumpet says the easy something about the yellow right. See the cafe sit beside them, bright and without name. The bass walks on below the brightness, everything the same. No story in the giving, no reason to find out. Just somebody brought the flowers, what the yellow is about. The clarinet winds through the tenderness the jar of flowers holds. The piano hums the kind of morning that a yellow jar enfolds. By afternoon a petal falls, nobody picks it up. The bass walks on below the falling through the warming cup. No asking who will bring them again next week or so. The trumpet lifts one final phrase into the morning glow. No hurry in the leaving, no name to rearrange. Just somebody brought the flowers and nothing needed to change. The trumpet fades above the yellow, the clarinet wins free. The piano holds the bride and unnamed as it ought to be. The bass takes its last warm step, the flowers hold the light. Somebody brought the flowers again and made the morning right.
After the rain, the cobblestones shine better than before. The clarinet said it first from the inside of the door. A man stepped out to look at them, his cup still in his hand. The bass walked in below the looking warm and newly fanned. Each stone a little mirror, holding its small sky. The candle came in bright behind the shining, not quite knowing why. No asking of the raining, no memory of gray. Just after the rain, the cobblestones shining up the day. Walks on the wet ones, patient, warm and bright. The piano keeps the freshened going into the afternoon light. A bicycle goes through them, sends the sky in rings. The clarinet wins through the ripples of the easy things. Two women stop and photograph the shiniest of the lot. The trumpet says the comfortable thing about the rain we got. See the streets set freshly polished, stone by shining stone. The bass walks on below the polished, never quite alone. No winter in the shining, lasting of the cloud. Just after the rain, the cobblestones saying something proud. The clarinet wins through the brightness, each wet stone reflects. The piano hums the kind of afternoon that only rain corrects. The shine begins to fade. The bass walks on below the fade. through the warmth it made. No story in the shining, no moment to explain. Just after the rain, the cobblestones waiting for the rain. The trumpet lifts above the whetstones, the clarinet wins free. The piano holds the last bright shining, as it ought to be. The bass takes its last one step across the drying stone. After the rain, the cobblestones were never quite alone.
He took the long way round the square, no reason but the day. The bass walked with him all the way, without a word to say. The linden trees were coming green along the narrow side. The trumpet said the thing about the walking with a quiet pride. Cobblestone still wet from morning, shining in the noon. The piano kept a steady warmth beneath the climbing moon. No hurry in the going round, no shortcut to be found. Just the long way around the square and the easy sound. The bass walks every cobblestone, counting none at all. The trumpet hums the kind of spring that answers when you call. A cafe on the corner with its chairs outside. The clarinet comes winding through the tables like a gentle guide. Someone calls a name across the square, a hand goes up in light. The bass walks on below the calling, warm and easy bright. See the square go round and golden, wide on every side. The piano plays the kind of afternoon that opens something wide. No destination pressing, no reason to arrive. Just a long way around the square and being glad to be alive. The linden branches move above him, light between the green. The bass walks on below the branches, through everything between. A child runs past with something bright, a coat left on a chair. The piano hums the last warm phrase into the open air. No story in the walking, no ending to pursue. Just the long way round the square, and the spring the whole way through.
know first when the warm has come to stay. The clarinet said as much at the beginning of the day. A man beneath the branches with his jacket on the chair. The bass walked in below the lindens, moving through the air. Petals not yet fallen, green still finding form. The piano came in warm behind them, keeping something warm. No asking of the season, no doubt inside the lane. Just the linden trees already knowing spring had come again. The clarinet winds upward through the canopy of green. The bass walks on below the branches, through everything between. A child points up at something moving in the leaves. The trumpet comes in easy on the back of a breeze. Voices underneath the lindens, light across the stone. The piano keeps the morning open like it always known. See the branches hold the morning green and white and clear. The bass walks on below the canopy through the time of year. No winter in the knowing, no gray above the green. Just the linden trees already certain of what spring will mean. Someone reads below the branches, pages in the light. The bass walks on below the reading, warm and sure and right. The piano hums the kind of certainty that only lindens know. The clarinet says what the branches say to everything below. A bicycle goes through the shadow out into the sun. The trumpet lifts above the linden, saying spring has won. No story in the knowing, no moment to explain. Just the linden trees already certain, standing in the lane. The bass walks out from under branches into open sky. The clarinet follows just behind it, not yet saying goodbye. The piano holds the green and golden, the trumpet fades above. The linden trees keep their knowing, full of something close to love. Through love. Silver on the glass, morning thin and still. The bass walks in without a word and takes its place until a man beside the window reads without a sound. The trumpet finds a small remark and leaves it on the ground. Footsteps on the pavement, someone then no one. The piano keeps a steady hand beneath the morning sun. No asking of the hour, no weight upon the chair, just the silver on the glass and the easy morning air. The bass returns below it all, patient as before. The trumpet breathes one gentle note and doesn't ask for more. A coat upon the doorway, a cup gone cool and pale. The piano finds that simple phrase and follows its own trail. See the light move slowly, wall to wall and through. The bass keeps walking somewhere steady, like it always knew. No story in the sitting, no shadow on the floor, just the silver on the glass and the morning, nothing more.
Light falls soft on Linden Street, morning slow and clear. A chair beside the open door, someone sitting here. Coffee rings on paper thin, pages still and white. Bicycles lean against the wall, catching early light. See the square begin to fill, quiet one by one. Voices crossing through the air, gentle in the sun. No need to name the feeling, no reason to explain. Just the Linden Street in morning, soft and clear again. Cup rests on the counter, steam curls, fades away. Shadows short and light and easy, moving through the day. Curtains shift beside the window, footsteps faint and slow. Everything is finding somewhere, quiet ways to go. See the square begin to fill, wide and warm and new. Light across the linden branches, coming softly through. No weight upon the morning, no thought to remain. Just the Linden Street in daylight, simple and the same. Barely makes a sound. Sunlight on the cobblestones, spreading all around.
Table by the wall, a cup, a folded page. The bass keeps walking easy, like a man of quiet age. Light across the counter, thin and morning pale. The piano finds a simple phrase and follows its own trail. Someone near the doorway pauses, looks around. The trumpet says one quiet word and puts it back to ground. No hurry in the city, no reason left to stand. Just a table by the wall and time at either hand. Curtains catch the daylight, hold it, let it go. The bass returns below the room, patient walking slow. A bicycle outside, your shadow thin and long. The piano hums the kind of thing that doesn't need a song. See the morning rest here, wide and without sound. The trumpet lifts one more remark and lays it softly down. No story to be finished, no moment to assume, just a table by the wall inside a quiet room. The cobblestones are quiet now, the morning traffic gone. The bass walks in to fill the room and carry something on. A man with coffee, second cup, his jacket on the chair. The piano finds a morning phrase and leaves it in the air. Sunlight on the tabletop, a square of yellow white. The trumpet clears its throat a little, says something of the light. No one counting anything, no clock upon the wall. The bass keeps walking room to room, through hallways, down the hall. Curtains lift above the street, a bicycle goes by. The piano answers what the trumpet left beneath the sky. A woman laughs across the square. The sound comes in and fades. The bass walks on below it all, through all the morning shades. Pages of a book half read, a pen beside the cup. The trumpet says one tender thing before it gives it up. See the cobblestone hours settle, wide and gold and slow. The piano hums the kind of morning only mornings know. No reason left to hurry, no thought to rearrange. Just the cobblestone hour moving through its quiet range. A coat beside the railing, a shadow on the stone. The trumpet lifts its voice one last time, then leaves the room alone. The piano rests on one warm chord. The bass walks to the door. The cobblestone hour keeps on going, as it did before. No story left unfinished, no morning to assume. Just the cobblestones and coffee,
and the instruments in bloom.
The afternoon regular arrives at 2:30. The bass walked in beside him the way it always knew. A hat upon the second hook, a coat upon the third. The piano played the comfortable thing without a spoken word. His cup arrives before he sits, the chair already pulled. The trumpet said the easy something about the afternoon love. No asking of the order, no menu on the cloth, just the afternoon regular and the comfortable bowl. The bass walks through the familiarity, patient, warm and long. The piano keeps the certain morning of a well-worn song. He reads 3 pages, folds the book, looks out at the lane. The clarinet comes winding through the looking like a warm refrain. A nod across to someone seated, nothing more than that. The trumpet hums the afternoon knowing underneath his hat. See the cafe hold him gently, chair and cup and light. The bass walks on below, the holding warm and easy right. No story in the coming back, no reason to explain, just the afternoon regular in the warm and plain. The claret wins through the habit of the second hook and chair. The piano hums the kind of afternoon that finds him always there. By 4 he folds his coat and stands, tips his hat and goes. The bass walks on below, the tip in the way only bass knows. No hurry in the leaving, no moment to pursue, just the afternoon regular gone until next Tuesday through. The trumpet says the last warm word about the things that stay. The piano holds the comfortable habit of an ordinary day. The bass takes its last warm step, the hook sits empty now. The afternoon regular will return as afternoon will allow.
Closing time comes gently here, not like other places. The bass walked in to close the day among the familiar faces. A man collects his things unhurried, folds his paper slow. The piano played the end of evening, the way the evenings go. The waiter doesn't rush the last ones, lets the cups go cold. The trumpet said the closing thing about the gently old. No bell above the doorway, no lights gone harsh and bright, just the closing time that comes here gently into night. The bass walks through the last ones, patient, warm and slow. The piano keeps the golden going in the evening glow. A woman finishes her sentence, sets her pen aside. The clarinet comes winding through the finishing, warm and open wide. Two men shake hands across the table. Neither hurries out. The trumpet hums the closing something, what the evening's about. See the cafe close around them. Lamp by dimming lamp, the bass walks on below the dimming, through the evening damp. No winter in the closing, no harshness at the door. Just the closing time that comes here, gently as before. The claret wins through the final warmth the evening always keeps. The piano hums the kind of closing where the comfortable sleeps. The last coat lifts from the last hook, the last cup carried out. The bass walks on below the carrying without a final shout. No story in the closing, no moment to explain. Just the closing time that comes here gently once again. The trumpet says its last warm word into the emptied air. The claret wins one final circle round the last warm chair. The piano holds the final golden against the cooling night. The bass takes its last slow step and turns off the last light. Closing time comes gently here, the way it always did. The cafe holds its quiet breathing like it always did.